Drills Talk, episode 101. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 4 reasons it's not that easy. This is based on a blog I wrote in the past entitled Respect Others' Craft. I wrote this blog back when Nate Robinson jumped into the boxing ring and got knocked out. He felt that he can pick up boxing gloves and go into a ring with a person who had been training hard as a professional boxer for 3 years. It did not work out very well. And I'm going to talk about why that happened, not the specific boxing match, but why this happens in our lives and why we think we can just jump into someone else's realm and be the greatest of all time. Let's get started.
Yo, Drills.
Created by the great wizard of the new world.
Drills Talk, episode 101. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 4 reasons it's not that easy. But before we get started, please like, subscribe, show your love however you would like to show your love. Here, we're an entrepreneurship-based channel. Every Monday, we have a new blog. Every Wednesday, a new Drills Talk. And every Friday, I produce a beat, an instrumental to bring your weekend in right and make sure you know what I'm doing when I'm not making YouTube videos. Let's get started. Number 1. Number 1 is no one's an overnight success. Now, the problem with this is we only see the success part, right? No one sees the grind. The grind is not televised, right? No one sees that. No one sees the revolution. The revolution is not televised. And they say that for a reason because we don't really see the work. We see the results. And because we see the results, we kind of ignore the fact that this took a lot of time, took a lot of practice, took a lot of hours. We don't see that. So when we hear someone singing or rapping, we say, we can do that. I can do that. Or we hear a beat or instrumental. We say, I can do that. That's so simple. It's not that easy. It takes work. No one's an overnight success. We see people and saying, oh, look at, say, Drake. Drake's the biggest rapper in the world. Well, he was on TV and, and Lil Wayne said he was going to be, such and such. And so he became it. Well, it took a little bit more than that. He had to actually work. There's a lot of people who got the, I would say, pat on the back from a huge star and did nothing with it. But he did. So kudos to him for taking that and running with it and becoming one of the mega successes in music, period. I do exactly what he does. In addition to hip hop and just rapping, I also produce. He doesn't. So, okay, I do a little more in the realm of what, he does, but we're both rappers, right? But I have to understand that his success didn't come overnight. His success didn't come because he was on a TV show prior. His success didn't come because Lil Wayne said he was going to be great. It doesn't work like that. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of collaboration. There's a lot of doubting yourself. There's a lot of going around and meeting people and showing people like, this is what I do. And I'm very good at it. And you should check it out. And the more and more people check it out, the more and more people like it, the bigger the success you become. And that does not happen overnight. And we need to understand that and respect the people who actually get to that level because it's exactly where we're attempting to get to. Number 2. Number 2 is no one's instantly great. Now, this is a little different than number 1. I'm telling you no one's instantly great because of the whole Nate Robinson effect. You cannot jump up into a different industry and be great at that industry, even if you were the greatest at another. We can use Michael Jordan in the prime of his career, going to choose to play baseball and looking as if he's human all of a sudden. Where'd that come from? Who's that guy? That's not Michael Jordan. Well, he's not shooting a basketball. He's swinging a bat. It's very hard to hit a ball that's coming at you at 90 miles per hour with a bat. That's why only some people do it. That's why the people who are great at doing it are only 30% successful at it. And that's like really good. We need to understand that there's different realms in the world. We need to understand that we're not going to drop anywhere and be great at anything. It takes work. It takes hours. Now, I don't know if it's going to take the whole 10,000 hour thing that you hear. It's just a arbitrary numbers thrown out there to let you know that's going to take a lot of work. There's no magic number to where you're going to work and then you're going to get there and you're going to be great. Don't go into it thinking that way. Just think, I always need to continue to attempt to get better, because you're not that special to where you can choose an industry you want to be in and be instantly great. It's not true. You're setting yourself up for a rude awakening that doesn't need to occur. Number three ties into number two, and is you can't simply be better than others. Yes, we're all born with gifts. Okay, cool. But those gifts doesn't always translate to being better than everyone, because some people just have it. Some people, they just, everything, it may not be as great as yours, but it just goes together so well and their timing so right. And it just surpasses your everything you got going on over there. So it's hard to look at it and saying, okay, well, I can just be better if I do this. It's a recipe. It takes a lot. Again, it's not that easy. In addition to timing, you may need to know the right people. You may need to be in the front of the right faces. You may need to come in at the right time when someone's on their way down and they have this void and your talent seems to fill it. If you're in a basketball team and you're in a team full of stars, they don't need another scorer, right? So another scorer on that team may be sitting on the bench, but a very good defender and a very good passer or floor general may be able to get on the floor and help that team. And that person who just plays defense or is really good at managing an offense and running plays may not be better than that scorer that's sitting on the bench. But for that team, that person, that talent, that recipe worked. So understand and get it out of your head that you can just be better. It's not that easy. Number four is natural ability must be honed. So you can be a naturally great singer. It may be in your family. It may be in the blood, and everybody can just harmonize and sound great. But if you're not working on the other aspects, you're not going to work, period. If you're not working on writing songs, if you're not working on what sounds well with your voice, what type of music background accompaniment sounds good with your voice, what type of songs do you sing best? What kind of feedback are you getting from the people that are going to support your, career? And whatever it is, if you're cooking and you're saying, you know what, I have this knack that I know I don't measure anything. Okay, but when you scale that and you're not able to make every batch, you're going to need to measure, and it has to be right. And it has to come out tasting the same, looking the same, being the same. And that's just something you haven't worked on, but you are great at making cookies or cakes, muffins. You're great at that, but they're not consistent as far as look, as far as texture, as far as taste. They all taste good, but they don't all taste the same, meaning that I, as a customer, can't go to your shop and know exactly what I'm getting every time, and that is not going to work. You go to a certain shop or a certain restaurant over and over and over again because you're looking for that same taste every time, same experience every time. And a person who is just winging it, you're not going to be able to get that. So they're not going to be able to have a long-standing career in anything because there's no consistency. And I can't trust that I'm going to get for my money and my time exactly what it is I'm looking for. That's how it works. It's not that easy. Drills Talk, episode 101. These are the top 4 reasons it's not that easy. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It's drills.com. Check this shit out. It's Drills.